Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Please rise for the class of 2020. Thank you. Please welcome our student body president, Ella Kitchens, to sing our national anthem and Pledge of Allegiance.
Good afternoon. Please remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, by liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Stars, through the perilous fight, for the
may be seated. I am Matthew Dowdell, principal at West Florence High School, and I'd like to welcome you to our commencement exercise for the graduating class of 2020. At this time, I would like to recognize our distinguished guests, Florence One Schools board members, Porter Stewart, Barry Townsend, Davey Gregg, John Galloway, Alexis Pipkins, Tricia Calder, and Brian Chapman, Superintendent Dr. Richard O'Malley, Assistant Superintendent Mr. Greg Hall, and our distinguished guest, Mr. and Mrs. Governor Henry McMaster. Please give them a round of applause. Also assisting with this presentation for the diplomas will be my assistant principals, Ms. Sherry Young, Ms. Calandra Brisbone-Davis, Mr. Christopher Coleman, Mr. James Sinkler, and Dr. Kendra Green. Sitting before you are 411 students in the class of 2020. They have been offered over $10,280,462 in scholarships. There are 172 Hope Scholarships, 120 Life Scholarships, 20 Palmetto Fellows, 108 Board of Trustees, 69 double cords, 116 single cords, and 6 South Carolina Board of Education Academic Achievement Awards. West Florence hosted 5 foreign exchange students from Kyrgyzstan, Kosovo, Indonesia, Germany, and Poland. We also have 8 student athletes that have committed to their respective colleges. Let's give them a round of applause for all these accomplishments. Without the wonderful staff at West Florence High School, this day would not be possible. I would like to thank all faculty and staff, and please have them stand for recognition. Thank you. At this time, I would like to ask Ella Kitchens, our student body president, to come back up and introduce our guest speaker.
It is my pleasure to introduce our graduation speaker, Governor Henry McMaster. While we understand that the unpredictability of the weather is out of our control, we are truly grateful that you are willing to work with us to be here today. We are thankful for being able to have this ceremony under these difficult and unprecedented times, and that you are honoring us with being our guest. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome our Governor, Henry McMaster.
Thank you, Ella Kitchens. One thing for sure, it's not raining today. This is really very interesting. I was looking at y'all as you walked in. This is a good-looking group, and it reminds me how proud I am of South Carolina. And you're in the right place in the whole world. There's no place better. It's hot, so I'm gonna be brief. And I'm gonna sing a song at the end of this. I haven't done that before at one of these, but I'm gonna do it for you. And I think you'll enjoy it. But I want to thank you for the invitation to the home of the West Florence Knights. Florence is not a stranger to me. My parents were both born in Florence. Daddy on Dargan Street, Mom on Cherokee Road. That's their home. They made their home in Columbia, and that's where I and my 5 brothers grew up. That's still home to us. We don't live in that house anymore. But this is a great school. You've received a great education despite the coronavirus. And I know you have great futures looking ahead of you. And we wish you luck, wish you success. I'd like to tell you briefly some of the things I've learned over the years, and that's why I'm here. I'm here because you invited me, and I thank you. Dr. O'Malley, I appreciate it. Mr. Matthew Dowdell, all of you, thank you for the invitation. I want you to continue your education in some form. You can never learn too much. Everything you learn is a basis for learning about 100 more things. So the more you learn, the more you'll appreciate this place and the farther you can go towards your goals and ambitions. Continue your education in the military perhaps, or maybe a 2 or 4-year college, including our world-famous, world-best technical college system, and maybe graduate studies after that. But I urge you to continue your education and never underestimate yourself. Always be proud of South Carolina. I need to tell you that as governor, I meet with a lot of people from around the world, and they're looking to invest millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars someplace in the world where it'll be safe, where it'll be productive. And I'm speaking of these big companies, plants, as well as people who are already in this state. And the reason that they come here to South Carolina, they've told me, they said it's because of the people, the people, the people. They say South Carolina is a handshake state. When someone from South Carolina gives you their word, they keep it. The people of South Carolina, for whatever reasons, are smart, industrial, trustworthy, loyal, and they'll do what they say they're going to do. We have a great military tradition in our state that goes back to the beginning. We have 8 military bases now, and a new Coast Guard headquarters is coming to Charleston. That'll make 9. We also have a great tradition of faith, religious faith in our state, and we're living in paradise. When the kings and the queens were sending the explorers around the world to find a place to go to make money, they were sending them all over, and all of those were going back and saying that this place that we call South Carolina has the most potential, is the most prosperous, is the most beautiful in all of the New World. So here we are. We came from different places in different conditions. We have those great traditions, and we're actually living in paradise. So we are the lucky ones in the world, and we need to take advantage of all the gifts that have been given to us. Never underestimate yourself. Always be proud of South Carolina. Mark Clark, the general in World War II, later president of the Citadel, said South Carolina is the most patriotic place in the whole world. And patriotism translates into loyalty, to determination, to discipline, and you have that. That is something that's been given to you. Here's some thoughts I want to leave with you, and I will be brief, from some people who've seen a lot. They're older than you, some of them older than I am, but it's interesting to see what some of these thinkers thought as they went along through their journey through life. Ben Franklin said, "We are all born ignorant, but we must work very hard to remain stupid." An anonymous person said, "Most people spend more time planning a picnic than they do their own lives." Is that you? I don't think so. Another said, "We should keep our words soft and tender because tomorrow we might have to eat them." Another said, "A smile is an inexpensive way to improve your looks." Reba McEntire sang in a song, I think in 1992, "He never said he loved me. I guess he thought I knew." Don't let that be you. The greatest threat to our planet is the belief that someone else will save it. And here's a question. Is someone bothering you? Are there people that get on your nerves? Shakespeare in England, who lived between 1564 and 1616, and people still read his plays today all over the world, said, "The empty vessel makes the loudest noise." That tells us a lot. He also said, "Though she be but little, she is fierce." Great words to contemplate. Mahatma Gandhi, when asked about the cultures of the world and what he thought of Western civilization, said, quote, "I think it would be a good idea." Here's a question. Do you know those who may carry a grudge? Confucius said, "If you devote your life to seeking revenge, first dig 2 graves." Are you scared of failure? Are you scared of stepping out to try something new? Thomas Edison, the man who invented the electric light, among other things, said, quote, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that don't work." Here's one from the vice chairman of the Federal Communication back in 1963. Television was really getting started then, It was all over the place, and he said, looking at the program, he said, you watch the programs on TV for one day, and you'll realize that television is a vast wasteland. If he could only see it now. Another observation, most of us are more particular about what we put on our hamburgers than what we put into our brains watching television at night. Here are just a couple more. These are words to live by. World champion boxer Muhammad Ali said, when asked by a young fella if he had ever been knocked down, the champ said, son, I've never been knocked down. I'm either up or getting up. And remember, as someone said, life becomes easier when you accept that apology that you never got. And finally, I'll tell you this, I'd rather aim high and fail than aim low and succeed. The only shame is low aim. Again, my hearty congratulations to you on your graduation. This day signifies that you have successfully navigated the near shipwrecks of teenage life and arrived upon the shores of young adulthood. Here, life will teach you the nearness of catastrophe, but also the value of loyalty, integrity, kindness, and generosity, and the necessity of happiness, faith, and joy in music. I urge you to make your decisions wisely, and remember that success is not measured by titles, money, or piles of possessions and stuff, which one day you'll wonder why you even bought it in the first place. As your years go by, they may carry you away, but not your memories. Your memories will always carry you back here to your school, to this place, to home, to places of smiles, sunshine, tears, family, friendships cherished still and some gone, calm, happiness, and innocence. Finally, here's a story to wrap this up. When I was your age, I bought a guitar. It's a 6-string Gibson, lovely instrument. I still have it. I play it every now and then. Every time I pick it up, it takes me all the way back, all the way home. When I was 1 year older than you, after my first year in college, a good friend and I, a buddy, borrowed his mother's car and decided to take a trip out west, cross country. My daddy put seat belts in the car. They weren't automatic then. He had to get them extra. Put them in there to keep us safe, and we took off all the way across the country. We saw deserts, plains. We saw roads in Kansas and those plain states that looked like they were perfectly straight for 10 miles, no trees. We also saw huge mountains, green valleys. It was quite a trip. We went out, it lasted a month after our summer jobs. We mostly slept in the car. One time in Seattle, we came in late and woke up. We parked in a parking lot. Woke up in the car and looked out, and there was a sign on the building that said that the Beatles were singing tonight in Seattle, Washington. This was in 1967. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never experienced such excitement, sound, and masses of people as I did then, except on 2 other occasions. One was at a KISS concert, and the others at Trump political rallies. I love music because that's where most of the poetry seems to be these days. Music soothes, it inspires, it takes you home. And if you know where your home is, where your memories are, and where your dreams began, you'll never go wrong. Paul McCartney is one of the Beatles, one of the 4, and I heard him sing on that day in 1967, and just a few years ago in Columbia in concert. He wrote a song in 1977 that speaks to what I have been saying today. It is about a place called the Mull of Kintyre, Kentyre. A mull is a hill in Scotland. That's the word. It's a hill, a bluff that overlooks the ocean or water, a body of water. And it's the name Kintyre is just a place name like Florence or Richland or Charleston or some other county. His farm has been there since 1966. It's on the southwest tip of Scotland, overlooking the North Channel in Ireland. The song was inspired by that place and by his wife, Linda. And you can watch the video if you want to. My mull of Kintyre is the banks of the Soft Creek at Pawleys Island and our home place in Columbia. Yours may be on a bluff on the PD on a sandy marsh island, or at school at West Florence High, or this day, or an animal, or people that you love or have loved. The song was written in 1977, but the thoughts and quotes I recited earlier are like it. They were written for you today. And now I'll turn it on. Is that working? Is that working? I know you've never seen this before. All right. Cody, where's my pick? It's always something. This is a short song. That's Cody. He grew up in Florence. That's Madison Hall. Raise your hand. Madison went to school here. She worked, both of them working on my staff. All right, y'all. Can you hear that? Oh, mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, mull of Kintyre. Far have I traveled and much have I seen, darkest of mountains with valleys of green. Past painted deserts, sunsets on fire, and he carries me home to the mull of Kintyre. Sweet through the heather, like deer in the glen, oh, carry me back to the days I knew then. Nights when we sang like a heavenly choir of the life and the times of the mull of Kintyre. It's the high part. Mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh, mull of Kintyre. Smiles in the sunshine, tears in the rain, still take me back where my memories remain. Flickering embers, higher and higher as they carry me back to the mull of Kintyre. You can sing the chorus with me if you can remember it. Oh, mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, mull of Kintyre. Oh, mull of Kintyre, oh, mist rolling in from the sea. My desire is always to be here, oh, mull of Kintyre, mull of Kintyre. There you go. Good luck.
Thank you, Governor. As a token of our appreciation for you taking your time, West Florence and Florence School District 1 wanted to give you this as our token of appreciation.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Our salutatorian is Sara McCown, the daughter of Sam and Heather McCown. She is a member of the Central United Methodist Church and is an active member in her youth group. She ran varsity track at West Florence High School for 4 years and represented the United States in the International Children's Game, an Olympic-sanctioned event. Sara represented West Florence at Palmetto Girl Skate last summer. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Pearls, and Club Night Nation. She is also the president of the Beta Club. This school year, she co-ran the student-led Twitter account that chose themes for football games and basketball games and helped encourage school spirit. She has received several scholarships, including the Palmetto Fellows, the Presidential Scholarship, Aramark Endowment Scholarship, and the Clemson Palmetto Pact Scholarship. Next year, Sara will be attending Calhoun Honors College at Clemson University. She is majoring in health science and hopes to attend MUSC in the future to pursue a career in the medical field. She enjoys running, hiking, and spending time outdoors. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Sara McCown.
Welcome, graduates and families. I want to say a special thank you to all the families who came out to support us in these uncertain times. I also want to thank the West Florence staff and Dr. O'Malley for working so hard to make sure our class was able to experience a graduation, unlike so many other high schools across the nation. It has been so long since I've seen many of my classmates and teachers, and I am so thankful to be able to stand up here today and see the people that have so heavily shaped my life over the past 4 years. As we begin to think back about our high school experience, it will be so easy to remember the forgotten prom, pep rallies, and spring sports. But I want to remind everyone today of the great 3.5 years we were fortunate enough to have together. Our class was lucky enough to help Mr. Dowdell, Coach Johnson, our teachers, and our administrators turn West Florence into a welcoming and spirited school with high academic standards. Watching West Florence transform into the most spirited school with the best teaching staff over the past 4 years has been a gift truly unique to our class. As we go on in our lives, we will take with us the memories and experiences that unite us. No previous or following graduating class will ever encounter what we have. Our high school experiences, or should I say lack of experiences in some cases, will go on to shape our lives forever. Difficult times help mold us more so than good times. How you choose to respond to challenges reveals a lot about your character. It is hard to predict how the coronavirus shutdown will affect us, but from knowing our class, I am certain it will bring out the excellence in us all. Our generation will be able to accomplish great things because we know the true meaning of the word perseverance. Thank you for the best 4 years, West Florence. Nasty Nights forever.
Thank you, Sara. Nasty Nights will live on as well. Our valedictorian is Deanna McFadden, the daughter of Mike and Veronica McFadden. Deanna is a member of the Beta Club, National Honor Society, Pearls, and Biomed Club. She has also served as the secretary of the Beta Club. She was a student of the Health Careers class at McLeod and was part of the first class of the biomedical completers at West Florence High School. She has been a volunteer for MUSC Health, a Florence Summer Volunteer Program, Relay for Life, Pecan Festival Kids Zone, Full Life Festival, McLeod's Children Hospital Radiothon, Carver Fall Festival, and with her church women's ministry. Deanna also received several scholarships, including Palmetto Fellows, Dean Scholarship, the Nera and Roper Madison Achievement Scholarship, National Council of Negro Women Scholarship, Leaf Foundation Scholarship, Reese for Kids Scholarship, and the SCAB SE Scholarship. She plans to attend the University of South Carolina as a capstone scholar. She will major in exercise science with a career goal to become an orthopedic surgeon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Deanna McFadden.
Good afternoon. Let me take this time to say congratulations to the West Florence High School class of 2020. We made it. As I am looking at each of you, I can vividly recall the first day of school. I thought to myself, wow, there are this many students in one place. Yet these students have evolved into wonderful young adults. Some of you may not know me and I may not know you. Well, let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Diana Verencia Saralyn McFadden. I am your valedictorian. Now, enough about me. Enough about me, let's talk about y'all here today. Through the years, we have all made our own memories. Whether good, bad, happy, or sad, there is something that we can all reminisce about. We all were looking forward to this year, a year where our final high school memories were supposed to be made, a year for the best prom and graduation, most importantly, a year to walk across that stage and say, I did it. Along the way, we have lost some classmates, and they will live on in our hearts. As I'm speaking to you all today, I cannot ignore that we are in the midst of a global pandemic. However, I can proudly say this pandemic will not and shall not get the best of us. Rather, it will make us stronger and help prepare us for this journey called life. Regardless of what is going on, know this: I am proud of each and every one of you. Whether you are going to college, the military, or joining the workforce, today we are all number one. Before I close, I want to say thank you to my amazing teachers I've had throughout the years. Thank you to the honorary guest, Governor McMaster. Thank you to my wonderful guidance counselor who has helped me greatly over the years. Thank you, Principal Dowdell, Superintendent Dr. O'Malley, the administration, and staff for everything you do for the student body. Thank you to my parents, my family, church, and community for guiding me in the way I should go. Most importantly, thank you, God, for allowing us to be here today. I would like to leave you all with this quote from Kerry Washington. Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. So, class of 2020, go out and create your own adventure and story. Remember, you are all unique, talented, and courageous, and we are all stars today. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Now it is the time that everyone has been waiting for, the presentation of the diplomas. Dr. Kendra Green is going to come and present our diplomas.
Parents and guests, the graduates seated before you are very special to all of us. Each senior deserves the honor of having their name heard and called. While yelling out messages to your student or honking may seem innocent, it may prevent the next graduate from hearing their name called. I respectfully request that you withhold all noise-making celebrations until the end of the presentation of diplomas. The officers will be present to remove from the premises those who choose not to comply. Thank you in advance for cooperating with us and making this the dignified ceremony it should be. At this time, we will begin the presentation of diplomas. Deanna Verencia Sara McFadden. Sara Catherine McCown. Ella Brannon Kitchens. Dashanti Delon Price. Camden Lane Adams. Xavion Dominique Addison. Javion Da Vinci Alexander White. Maria Nassim Ali. Kristen Mackenzie Allen. Chandar Darren Anderson II. Jacob Edward Anderson. Natimothy Bernard Anderson. Reagan Elizabeth Anderson. Michael James Asper. Walkirian Jacqueline Avia Minerva. Evan Tyler Bailey. Grace Elizabeth Bailey. Ryan Scott Barber. Emily Frances Barnett. Joshua Aaron Barrett. Casey Marie Bell. Timothy Seth Bellflowers. Kinsley Hunter Benson. Tarandi Savon Nizik Bethay. Hannah Bijan. Harris Bijan. Aisha Frederica Bynes. Jayla Tanae Bynes. Kalea Ashanti Bynes. Demetrius Onay Black. Connor Ellis Blackburn. John Henning Blakely III. Christopher Chase Blakeney Brigman. Olivia Corinne Bulwer. Wesley Allen Bauer. Javon Nijay Bradley. Trevor Jaden Bratcher. Kedrian Brianna Brockington. Macy Alyssa Brogdon. Anna Marie J. Brown. Dorian Lorenzo Brown. Dylan Jeremiah Brown. Sara Elizabeth Brown. Talia Janae Brown. Justice Jamari Brown Harkless. Holly Iman Corinne Brunson. Samuel Markley Buddenborg. Nakira Tashay Bowie. Nakaija Shaniqua Bowie. Terry Jason Burnham. Kayla Rion Butler. Thomas Isaac Bird. Ansley Caroline Cagle. Jimmy Jacquees Capers. Mariah Christine Carlson. Jaquarius Jakeem Carr. Harrison Lee Carter. Ryan Jaden Carter. Harrison Clark Calder. Trinity Danielle Chapman. Patrick Allen Clark, Jr. Trevon Tyquell Coe. Sebastian Alexander Coker. Skylar Nicole Coleman. Danae Camilla Colazo Perez. Sean Ryan Conti. Jordan Adora Cook. Janora Christina Cooper. Caitlin Marie Cooper. Sarah Danielle Cooper. Tiana Atira Cooper. Kendall Wayne Cox. Christopher Wynn Crawford. Jaquise Qualik Crawford. Howard William Krill, Jr. Nainami Dektukuya. Naim Amik Daniels. William Edwin Dargan IV. Jackson Riley Darty. Jada Rion David. Cordell Sheldon Davis. Isis Simone Davis. Justin Scott Davis. Autumn Elizabeth Dees. Paul Christian DeWitt. Diamond Armani Dials. Samuel D'Angelo Dinkins. Justin Downs. Casey Fosell Dozier. Naima Simone Drakes. Clark Jeffrey Driggers. David Wesley DeBose Jr. Isaiah Xavier Dudley. Dylan Scott Dutcher. Zachary Caleb Dutton. Shakira Shalina Edie. Elizabeth Grace Easler. Chamberlain Rain Eaton. Alexis Ronice Eccles. Jarrett Christopher Edge. Merritt Holland Elder. Caleb Jonathan Ellerby. Hale Hamilton Emerson. Wyatt Warren Emerson. Brianna Nicole Evans. Jalen William Ewell. Mary Grace Falcone. Amani Nicole Felton. Jack Dylan Fields. Rachel Leslie Fitzke. Elizabeth Shea Flowers. Rakaya Kalasia Ford. Cameron D'Angelo Foster. Isis Victoria Frazier. Nikayla Karan Francis. Tiara Michaela Francis. Jeremiah Lachi Frazier. Caitlin Monique Frazier. Cade Mills Freeman. Nicholas Vincent Freeman. Deanna Janelle Fryson. Destin Shamar Frontis. Logan Caroline Fulmer. Jacqueline Willia Fulmore Eccles. Nakian Terrell Gamble. Carson James Gardner. Christopher Nija Gardner. Anna Michelle Garris. Millette Rogers Garrison. Emma Claire Gaskins. Tyler Benton Gathings. Jessica Lynn G. Dante Malik Gilliard. Faith Marie Giordano. Jacob Seth Giordano. Mary Gray Elizabeth Glick. Kamari Nante Goodman. Nikayla Samoa Goodman. Rebecca Lynn Goodwin. Lauren Elise Gordon. Margaret Elizabeth Graham. Jaheem Amir Gray. Drayshawn Ronald Green. Kai Green. Matthew Isaiah Green. Abigail Faye Grossick. Martha Grace Guerrero. Ezekiel Joseph Guevara. Caleb Christian Hare. Catherine Lynn Ham. Madison Grace Hancock. Elizabeth Edie Hanna. Shaquan Andros Hardy. Thomas Leon Harrison. Olivia Eloise Hauer. Adrian Hamilton Hayes. James Daniel Hayes. Jenna Robin Hayes. Chandler Ashton Haynes. Parker Boyd Haynes. Stephanie Marie Hebler. William Cross Herbert. Joshua Cameron Hayward. Robin Alexandria Hicks. Diamond Keasia Hickson Edie. Elisa Inez Ears. Michael Thomas Hobbs. Colin Lee Hodges. Travis Allen Holcomb. Sydney Grace Holland. Ariana Amanda Holloway. Justin Reed Howell. Gabriel Alexander Hudson. Reese Hain Inabit. Deborah Victoria Ingram. Lauren Audria Isaac. Peggy Latrice Jackson. Tiffany Chanel Jackson. Vontasia Renata Jackson. Dondre Hakeem James Jr. Tykia Elisa James. Antoine Gary Jenkins. Bailey Mackenzie Johnson. Malik Christopher Johnson. Rashad Jadarius Johnson. Sidnerio Elise Johnson. Evie Elizabeth Jolly. Ayana Iman Jones. Eric Tayon Jones Jr. Riley Kate Jones. Turner Reese Jordan. Cecil Lane Josie. Dante Antoine Keith. Jamani Corey Keith. Kiana Coe. Raekwon Tidarius Curvin. Hayden Earl Kaiser. Alyssa Nicole Klein. Patrick James Knotts. Madison Bailey Correll. Yiani Evangelos Persace. Diana Laura Carrion. Kiara Amari Latham. Ansley Gina Moore. Jackson Reese Moore. Braden Elizabeth Lee. Grayson Mackenzie Lee. Tanner Corbin Lee. Edwin Nicholas Legal. Aaliyah Mariana Leggett. Tucker Edison Legg. Aiden Rivers Leroy. Jalen Laura Lewis. Alejandro Lopez Robos. Jalissa Therese Lucky. Richard Messiah Madison. Madeline Ann Mahaffey. Hakia Cynthia Angelique Malloy. Stephen Alexander Marshall. Leonard Lindell Marston. Keyshawn Jamal Martin. Benjamin Jared Matthews. Noah Bashan McBride. Anaya Priola McLean. Tori Cameron McLean. Shania Soleil McCoy. Shannon Precious McCrae. Hannah Sloan McDougall. Ashton Mackenzie McDowell. Khadijah Quanique McFadden. Sydney McKay. Talia Alasia McKeever. Tyrese Brander McKiffin. Alexandria Elaine McKnight. Haley Alexis McLeod. Kayla Denise McNeil. Arianda Theocherry McWhite. Manning Lyde Mears. Michaela Janelle Melvin. Jabori Verdell Mercer. Alexis Destara Milliner. Isabel Cochran Milling. William Pearson Mixon. Mustafa Islam Muhammad Ali. Caitlin Marie Monar. Alexia Charisse Moore. Ansley Gina Moore. Jackson Reese Moore. Lawrence Dean Morin. Emma Dawn Morris. Savannah Grace Mosley. Ashanti Tiana Moses. Adriana Gabrielle Moses. Daniel Joseph Muir. Keasia Samaya Myers. Renaya Nicole Myers. Ibrahim Nudaya. Jordan Miguel Negron. Elise Charlotte Nettles. Long Hung Nguyen. Cami Elaine Niles. Robert McLean Nordine. Wyatt Gavin Oakley. Abby Lauren O'Day. Caitlin Grace O'Malley. Mia Rose O'Neill. Dylan Jordan Outlaw. Landon Cade Owens. Ansley Grace Paget. Christopher Michael Palkey II. Margaret Kinley Parham. Sydney Elizabeth Parrish. Nazir Lamonte Parker. Monisha Amore Parsley. Madeline Janelle Parsons. Chandani Patel. Deep Patel. Hasit Anishbai Patel. Cameron Elliott Patterson. Austin David Patterson. Trayton Marquise Patterson. Ellie Valentine Payne. Andrew Kemet Pearson II. Cameron J. Pelt. Jasmine Erica Peterson. Alexis Nicole Pierce. Zion Jamar Pierce. William Wesley Player. Kiera Nicole Pons. Taylor Reese Postel. Anna Grace Poston. Lucas William Poston. Madison Renee Poston. Zachary Mason Poston. Imani Brianna Price. Jordan Renee Price. Juan Pablo Ramos Sanchez. Inja Mitziel Ramos Rodriguez. Daniel McDuffie Rampy. Megan Elizabeth Reeves. Rayshawn Price. Waverly Anna Reddick. Jayshri Victoria Rim. David Carson Reedy. Brian Rees. Tyler Joseph Reynolds. Austin Davis Richardson. Zachary Wallace Rivera. Jalen John Rivers. Benjamin Hunter Robertson. Catherine Danielle Robinson. Angela Denise Rogers. Anna Maria Rodriguez. Nicholas Tyler Rogers. Morgan Lindsay Rolfe. Amani Zykia Rouse. Dalton Mackenzie Rowe. Jaden Jabrari Samuel. Jenna Marie Sattel. Ransom Tamir Schultz. Arianda Janae Scott. Autumn Louise Scott. Brianna Tanaya Scott. Denaya Ann Scott. Shakoria Monet Scott. Olivia Grace Seward. Ethan Michael Shriver. Charles Jordan Shoemake. Olivia Renee Simon. Zachary Moshe Singletary. Zenobia Michael Singletary. Logan Alexander Cisco. Aisha Shantae Smith. Cameron Quincy Smith. Haley Roxanne Smith. Jermaine Aaron Smith. Kaja India Smith. Kayla Brianna Smith. Kylie Ann Smith. Morgan Brooke Smith. Paul Kenneth Smith III. Tyler Jacob Smith. Stephen Jordan Snell. Rachel Elizabeth Snyder. Shania Judea Span. Charlie Elise Sprouls. Sydney Loren Springer. Jada Iman Staggers. Wyatt Blake Stanley. Madison Rain Stanley. Alexander Lee Stepp. Brandon Michael Stewart. Tanner Boardman Stokes. Riley Christian Stone. James Marshall Street. Mackenzie Grace Strickland. Chandon Kyrie Stuckey. Kennedy Shea Summy. Sarah Naomi Sumner. Maria Sophia Tassios. Braxton Christopher Taylor. Taekwon Levon Taylor. Emma Catherine Tedder. Jaden Deshawn Tedder. Stephen Paul Terrell III. Javon Travell Thompson. Tanasia Janae Thompson. Shadiman Aramanria Tisdale. Jordan Nicole Todd. Perry Michael Tolson. Tin Son Tran. Austin Blaine Truitt. Darion Marley Tweed. Grant Marion Ulmer. Meredith Ann Van Houten. Caitlin Brooke Vent. Philip Brian Vivona. Emily Rose Delia Volpe. Lauren Ann Wagner. Alexis Cheney Waiters. Stephanie Michelle Wallace. Stephen Michael Wallace. Sydney Lucia Wallace. William Lane Ward. Madison Natalie Worrell. Kendall Elizabeth Wace. Logan James Watford. Zachary Carson Welch. Thomas Russell Wenzel. Nikira Shimon White. Shakeen Shamad White. Shaquel Shamar White. Deshaun Trevon Williams. Kelvon DeAndre Williams. Quadion Lamel Williams. Jalen Willie Alexander Williamson. Lanasia Ashanti Williamson. Nathaniel Terrell Williamson Jr. Brianna Louise Wilson. Joseph Henry Wilson. Bryson Graham Wingate. Malin Sidney Wood. Timothy Eric Woolsey. James Jaden Wright. Karis Tashana Wims. Tristan Zymir Wynn. Amber Danielle Yates. Madeline Grace Young. Yatsliak Emmanuel Zebulon. Allison Tager Zeigenfeller.
That's exactly right. Let's give it up for the class of 2020. We got one little bit to go here. At this time, I'm going to bring our senior class president, Dashanti Price, as she will do the presentation to the graduates.
Class of 2020, will you please rise? Florence School District 1 Board of Trustees, Dr. O'Malley, Dr. Hall, Mr. Dowdell, Governor and Mrs. McMaster, faculty, staff, parents, and guests, as senior class president, it is my honor to present to you the graduating class of 2020. Graduates, it is now time to turn our tassels.
I could not be more proud of this class for what they've endured. Thank you, guys. Everyone, please stand for the playing of our alma mater.
West Florence High, we laud thy name, in noble accolade, as we reflect on memories of all the bygone days. Embedded are our fondest thoughts, deep within our veins, remembrances of all those years forever will remain.
Parents and guests, please remain in place until our graduates have left. Graduates of 2020, thank you for your leadership. Thank you for changing our school. Go now and make a difference in your future. At this time, we will start our recessional.